evening, alhamdulillah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to always keep this excitement for Ramadan with us. And even though it's a weekday, tomorrow everybody has work, look around you. Everybody made that decision that, you know what, it's okay. I can get a little less sleep, but I'm going to be here tonight. And people will make that decision over and over again for the entire month. And that is something that's only found in Ramadan. But when we think of Ramadan, what is it exactly for us? So we're excited because so many positive associations. We see our families, we get together for iftar. This right here is beautiful. We look forward to this. I look forward to this. In a couple of minutes, we're going to hear the Quran being recited beautifully, Barakallah. And even if you don't understand it, you'll feel good, because that's the power of the Quran, that even if you don't understand, just hearing it does something to you. And then you go home and the next day we do this again, and maybe somewhere in the middle you'll give some charity, inshallah, and you'll feel good about what you're doing. But does it stop there? Is that all Ramadan is about? And that's what I want us to take away from this short introduction today, that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Ramadan in the Quran, we're actually going to recite this tomorrow. But the first thing he highlights about Ramadan is it's the month in which the Quran was revealed. So this month is blessed because of the Quran. This month is about this Quran. It's about this book. And then in that same ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls the Quran Hudan Linnas, that it's a guidance for mankind. And that's all I want to talk about today, is what does that exactly mean, guidance for mankind? What does it mean, this guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about? And what I want all of us to ask ourselves, myself included, is, do you really feel like you need this guidance? Do you actually feel in your life that you need this guidance? Or do you feel like you have it all figured out already? Do you feel like your life, the way it's going right now, you're in a pretty good place, you have a good career, you have a good family, you have a good routine going, even religiously, even in Ramadan? Do you feel like you're in need of anything else? Do you feel like you need any of this? Do you feel like this book has anything to offer you? Or do you feel like you're good? Do you feel like the way you're living your life, the way your routines have been set, do you feel like if I keep going like this, I'm okay, I don't need anything. I figured it out this far on my own. I don't need anything else. Because before we can accept guidance for ourselves, if we're not even willing to admit that we're in need, then how will that guidance benefit us? And that's that first step to benefiting from this book, is accepting that we are in need of it. Whether you're up here, whether you're in the mihrab leading, whether you're here in the first row for every salah outside of Ramadan, or whether you just stumbled in here today by mistake, every single one of us is in need of this guidance. And whether we realize it or not, we're going to start today, inshallah, we're going to start the Quran with Surah Fatiha. And tonight, and every other night thereafter, at least 24 times between Taraweeh and Witr and Isha, we're going to say, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. And whether you realize it or not, you're begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this guidance. At the very least, when we're here today, over here, at least 26 times, we're begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every single day. We're starting today in the beginning of the Quran. And if you look at how the Mus'haf is arranged, in that first page you have this dua, which we're going to start with today, where we're begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Oh Allah, please show me this right path. Show me the path of those who you blessed. We're begging Allah for this. And the way the Quran is arranged, you go to that next page, and the next 600 pages is an answer to that dua. The next 600 pages, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you that this is what you asked for. This is what you, when you pray multiple times a day and recite the Fatiha, this is what you're asking for. And the first thing he says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, can we lower the echo or something? The first thing he says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, after you ask for that guidance, is Alif Lam Mim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts with something that none of us know the meaning of. No matter how much you study, no matter how much you are at the masjid, no matter how elevated you think you are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you the answer to that dua with something that you'll never know the meaning of. And that is where that humility comes into play, where you have to accept that you're in need of this. No matter how far along you think you are, no matter if you're just starting out, no matter where you are in your journey with Islam, you're in need of this, just like everybody else. But the first step is acknowledging that we actually know nothing at all. That even if I look like my entire life is together, my career, my family, my religion, even if I look like I have everything together, I'm still in need of that guidance because I don't know what I'm doing. Without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without His guidance, I have no idea what I'm doing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the very first 3 letters of the Quran, the very first 3 letters that respond to that dua, He humbles us. And then once we accept that, once we've spent all this time asking, begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, He gives us the first part of that answer, is humble yourself. Before you can get this, you have to humble yourself and accept that you're actually in need of it. And then He starts, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. And I want us to think about this because we can take this for granted. Who starts a book like this? What kind of book is this? The first ayah that you can understand after you just begged Allah for guidance is, that is the book, La rayba fi, absolutely no doubt in this. You asked for guidance, how about this? You say that you're lost and you need something to depend on, how about a book that there is absolutely no doubt in? There is doubt in every part of our lives. We're not sure about anything. Every part of this dunya we're not 100% sure about. There is some doubt there. And when we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, He comes back with, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That there is absolutely no doubt in this book. It's like you ask somebody for money and they hand you a blank check. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance, He gives you this book that there is absolutely no room for doubt in it. And if you think about it, if we think for a quick second, what was the first surah, generally speaking, that was revealed? Surah Iqra, right? It wasn't Surah Baqarah. So Jibreel alayhi salam instructs the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam to arrange the surahs in this order. So even though it's not the first surah to be revealed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted you to open this book and make the dua that's in the Fatiha. And He wanted that the first thing you come across is ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. And He ends that first ayah subhanahu wa ta'ala, هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So that guidance you asked for, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, that guidance that this book is about, that Ramadan is about, هُدًى لِلنَّاسِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that this book, that there is no doubt in it, هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, this is the guidance. But for who? لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Those that have God consciousness. Those that actually can bring themselves to be humble enough to accept it. Because, brothers and sisters, you're not the only people to hear the Quran. Abu Jahl heard the Quran. Abu Lahab heard the Quran. Some of the worst people to ever walk on the face of this earth heard the Quran from people that are much better and much more elevated than anyone you will ever hear it from. But it never did anything for them because they couldn't get past that first step of actually admitting that they needed this. So this Ramadan, accept that you need this. Reestablish your connection with the Book of Allah. Look into what it means. Don't just stop it at feeling good hearing the recitation. Go home, read it. If you get stuck somewhere, look into it, ask somebody. And reestablish this connection with the Book of Allah, and I guarantee you it will be a source of guidance for you. And this will be the Ramadan that changes your life, like it has changed for so many before us, if we can establish this relationship with the Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us an accepted Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to practice on what's been said, and really allow this to be the Ramadan where we finally establish this connection with the Quran. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. If everybody can please rise.